Welcome to Southern California, where the temperature is almost 110 degrees, but it's dry, 110. And this is the Suzanne Somers Show, and here she is.
Yay! Okay. I was reading comments the other night of you all saying I can't hear and you're upset and everything. Believe me, when you can't hear, it's not something we're doing here. My husband is very capable, and so is Caroline. It's just, we're in a whole new world, aren't we? We're in a whole new world.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome everybody. Top of the morning.
I'll to that.
Okay.
There's to your health.
Yeah. Yes. To your health. And hello, Caroline.
After health, it's all
well, good evening.
So,
very good start, guys.
Pardon me?
It's a good start. We can hear.
Okay, oh, wonderful. Well, it is 108 today. And yes, it's dry, except in LA, they have a cloud cover that's coming over the mountain here and holding the humidity down. So it's 108 with humidity. It's god awful. It's awful.
It's all LA.
It's awful. But I'll tell you where it's awfuler. Well, in Vegas is the same thing today. Actually in Vegas it's 118 today. It was 118 the other day. These are unusual temperatures. This is hotter than it usually is, especially this time of year. But you know where it's hottest? And it broke a record, Death Valley, which is between here and Vegas, if you go that route. And today in Death Valley, which is in Nevada and California, are you ready? 134 degrees. You truly,
wow.
I mean, we could fry an egg on the sidewalk here, but you could like make dinner on the sidewalk there. That is so hot. Can you imagine being in 100? I think being outside in 134 degrees is dangerous. Don't you, Caroline?
Yeah, that's like the Middle East.
Yeah. Do they get that hot there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Well, anyway, for whatever reason, the heat gods are going ha 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 today.
Well, do you remember the day we were driving through Death Valley?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a beautiful spring day.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're driving slowly just to kind of take it all in. And we had the top down. And we were driving maybe 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, we had just closed after a long run in Vegas, and we're just kind of taking it easy.
We were happy, and it was great, and there was no traffic,
Yeah.
there were no people, there were no houses. It was just us in Death Valley. And then all of a sudden, the loudest sound we have ever heard, a jet, a military jet, came within 20 feet of
Really?
the top of our car
Really?
at supersonic speed, breaking the sound barrier, and that's what we got. And then the next thing that happened was the jet put its afterburners on.
Oh, it was awful.
And there were these two flame-throwing things as they took off and shot up to the sky. So I called the head guy at Nellis Air Force Base, which was the closest base. I told him what had happened. He said, well, let me check the log and see if there are any people. I said, I know what's going to happen, sir. He said, well, just let me check. So he put me on hold, and he came back after. He says, no, there's no record at all of any of our boys being in Death Valley. And I said, I knew you were going to come back.
But by the way, our top wasn't down, the sunroof was open.
Oh, the sunroof.
So I remember looking up, and I saw the afterburners looking up through the sunroof.
Yeah.
Well, you know, having spent so much of my career entertaining U.S. soldiers,
But you know what?
I forgive them.
It was a couple of 20-year-olds.
It was. They've got
of 20-year-olds.
$1 million
airplane and having a little fun.
Yeah. It's sort of like when we're in the helicopters, you know, going over North Korea, well, like skimming North Korea. And they were flying really, really, really low, like, well, there's the ground low. And there was a red light on the, I don't know what a helicopter, dashboard, whatever we have in our cars, dashboard. And Alan said, what's that? And he said, well, that's indicating that a ground-to-air missile is focus on us. He said,
Is locking in.
locking in. We're both going, are you kidding? He said, but that's why we fly so low. He said, they can't, it'll go over us. I went, oh, that's so great. Right. And then Alan noticed something about the pilot. What'd you notice, Al?
I noticed when the sun shone in the window on the pilot side,
Yeah.
He had peach fuzz on his cheeks. He hadn't started shaving yet.
Pretty young.
But you know what's great about youth? You don't have your sense of reality of fear.
Yeah, you're fearless.
There's an invincibility factor.
Yeah. And I'll tell
Teenagers.
you are so right. And when you're with soldiers of that age bracket, they are fearless, and that you want to be with them. They, when you're with them, you just feel totally safe. I love being around the soldiers. All of you who come from military families, I want you to thank you for your service. And they always say the hardest job in the military is being the wife who's at home. And thank those in your those in your family.
Okay.
Or husband. Yeah.
Okay. Charlie Jackson Gill said, talk about your product, please.
Oh. Charlie. Okay.
So why don't you pick this thing up?
Well, it's this is a show about Gut Renew, which I'll pick it up in a minute. But we're entrepreneurs, Alan and I, and I'm a health advocate, and I have written 27 books, and I lecture around the world now because of the virtual ability. And every once in a while, when you're an entrepreneur, Alan says, you throw enough things against the wall and eventually one or more of them stick. First one that did that for us was the Thigh Master, which we've got today. If you're interested in the Thigh Master, it's still, I use it every day. It's like, that's how you keep your thighs looking good and your upper body. This Gut Renew is on a par relative to success of a product we're pitching with the Thigh Master. Why? I listened to you, and I kept hearing from you. Bloated, constipated, dog-tired, unexplained weight gain, just not of it. I feel out of it. All these things that you've been saying to me. And it was very clear what you're all saying is, I have gut issues, but this is a new phenomena. I got to say it. I say it every show. I'm sorry, but for those of you who are new, we are under the greatest environmental assault in the history of humanity. And so it's affecting us. Chemicals come into our body at 3 different pathways: through the skin, through the food we eat, through the air we breathe. Skin, I'm going to talk to you about something I read today about commercial cosmetics and it's generic. It's not about any particular brand, and it's everything I've been saying. And they're spraying poison on our food. Who would have thought that's a good idea? That's why I stress organic food. And so then what gets into your GI tract is not harmful for you. And then the third way is the air you breathe, and that's the hardest to control, because the moment you walk outside, you're subject to everything that outsiders are bombarding our environment with. Although I've always subscribed to HEPA filters, I'm sorry. We were talking to this couple the other day who know more about keeping a green house. In fact, they're working with us on our new house. And she said the greatest of all indoor filters is the IQ filter. So I always had HEPA filters. Now I'm going to switch to IQ. IQ meaning smart filter.
By the way, if you want a real education in how to live a healthy life in your house, go Google Ron and Lisa, Lisa.
Yeah, man. I originally had them on my Lifetime, one of my series when I was doing the Lifetime show, and they're passionate. They're passionate. I don't know the origins. Was one of them ill or chemically sensitive or whatever, but man, are they on top of it. So, Gut Renew Challenge. Well, you can buy one bag.
You were in the middle of telling us about that toxins come in through the air, the environment, the food, and the water. That's where you were in your story when you swayed.
Oh, I thought I finished. Anyway, You have to. I actually did finish it because the answer is organic cosmetics, so you don't put chemicals. Eating organic food, so you're not taking in food with poison or food that's been genetically modified. And then for your indoor air, you can use non-toxic household cleaners, which we happen to have the best, I think. I love our spot remover and our toxic-free cleaner. And then if you really are chemically sensitive, like my husband is, investing in a filter. You can look into HEPA. I don't know how much the IQ filters are yet. I just heard about this the other day, but anyway, that is true. So I have a Gut Renew smoothie right here, but we have one every single morning, and it's just something I look forward to every day. I take a lot of supplements, as you can imagine, and at 9 o'clock we have our smoothies. I'm very regimented this way, and it makes taking the supplements down so easy, and it's so delicious. So today we just did wild blueberries, frozen wild blueberries in coconut milk and the powder. 2 scoops per person in your blender, and it's delicious. It's not like pretty good. No, it's honestly delicious. We drink it every morning. Not so much for our guts anymore, because our guts are finally waking up saying thank you. I don't really have gut issues right now, nor does Alan, which is maybe the first time in your life you haven't had gut issues, Alan.
Okay, this is the Gut Renew basic kit. It's got the super protein formula, 6 bags, 60 servings, 30-day challenge program guide, which is beautifully done. Okay, this is the basic.
Here's the program guide. You'll want this, yeah.
Then we have the Gut Renew 30-day challenge essentials kit. And this is the Gut Renew Superfood Protein Formula.
Or food.
6 bags, 60 servings, 30-day challenge program guide, and Advanced Probiotic Intestinal Renew and Prebiotic Gut Renew. Okay? And these are all heavily discounted already. So you don't have to worry about a code or anything else. Just go to the site and you can order whatever you want. And here's the final one.
Yeah, the last one.
Gut Renew 30-day challenge transformation kit. Okay? This is the Gut Renew Superfood Protein Formula, 6 bags, 60 servings, 30-day challenge program guide, Advanced Probiotic Intestinal Renew, Prebiotic Gut Renew, and Gentle Colon Renew, which is a great product.
You know what this Gentle Colon Renew is?
We use it every night.
For all of you who, you're writing me. I read all that stuff. You know, a lot of you ask me to answer you. I can't answer everybody. We answer as many as we can. But the Gentle Colon Renew, this is like a nightly ritual with Alan and I, and we have a little kitchenette in our bedroom, and we heat up the water in the tea kettle. It doesn't need to be heated. You can use cold water. But I don't know. I like the idea of taking my beautiful teacup. I put a scoop of the Gentle Colon Renew. I pour in the hot water, and it fizzes up. It fizzes up, and it becomes like this lemony, fizzy tea. And what a lovely thing, right before you can use a mug or a cup right before you go to bed, this warm lemony fizzy tea. So it's got all this magnesium in it, and magnesium is there's so many functions that require magnesium to work in our bodies. And according to Dr. Russell Blaylock, who I've interviewed in so many of my books, he said most everybody is magnesium deficient. I take magnesium every day. I give Alan an inordinate amount of magnesium every day, but we
take magnesium baths.
And we take Epsom salt baths, which is loaded with magnesium. And then before we go to sleep, we take this. You know what? I know it sounds like a lot of work, but you want to be healthy in this unhealthy environment that we've all found ourselves in. You can win. You can win. But you got to put effort into it, and I don't think this is a big effort. I was talking to someone this week. We're so popular here. We go out with so many people, and I said, if you only took one supplement, and I sell a full line of supplements, if you only took one, I would highly suggest the probiotic. And we've got this advanced probiotic, Intestinal Renew. Renew. Why is it interesting? If you've ever had an antibiotic, and you have, and when all of us were kids and they discovered antibiotics, they were giving them out like candy. And we thought, cool, great. No one ever said to you when you were taking antibiotic, oh, by the way, make sure you take a probiotic. No one. I'm hoping I'm not the first one, but listen to me because I've got it from such great sources. Anti takes away, antibiotic. Pro puts back. Anti and pro. Why do you care? Because the GI tract is dependent upon the right ratio of microbiome in your GI tract. And that means you need enough of the bad guys, you need the bad guys, and you need enough of the good guys. If there are too many bad guys, bloated, constipated, gas, unexplained weight gain, can't sleep, dog tired, all those things. If you're only putting in the good guys, now you don't have the balance right, so you're not feeling right. You want to get the balance right. So every day, actually Alan and I, because we both have had gut problems, we take one Intestinal Renew dual encapsulation probiotic. Now, what is dual encapsulation? You can be impressed. Can you see, they can sort of see through this? Do you want to hold it up close for them, Alan? All right. Because I love the journey. I love the way the body works. When you take your probiotic, it goes down here. Right here is your gastric sphincter. And if you ever get pain here, it's because you probably have scar tissue in your gastric sphincter. Talk to your GI doctor if you have one. If you don't have a good gastroenterologist, I'd look for one. They're hard to find. It's not like the sexiest specialty to go into in medical school, but man, with all the gut problems happening right now, look in the back of my books. There are doctors who are doing that. The one there's several that know a lot. My go-to is Dr. Terry Hertog. Yes, he's in Belgium, but he has webinars. I speak on his webinars. I talked to him this morning. He has written just comprehensive books, and he can help you with your gut, even if it's not a one-on-one. If you just get like his webinar. Okay, so the dual encapsulation, that clearness here, okay, goes down through the gastric sphincter. By the way, if you have pain there, this is just me, and I did for the longest time, take a swig of aloe vera gel. That's what Dr. Wright told me to do, and it was like, the gel, not the juice, the gel. And it was like, that feels good. Okay, now, remember I've talked to you about this a million times. It's got to take a left-hand turn into your stomach. Here's your breast, under your breast, on the left-hand side, that's where your stomach is. It's not here, it's here. Okay. Now, in your stomach, if you're young and healthy, you're making loads of hydrochloric acid. As we get older, we make less and less and less hydrochloric acid. And so, if you take a probiotic and your acid ratio is off, it'll just eat it up there and it'll never get into your intestine. By the dual encapsulation, it releases this clear liquid that's in there, and then it has to take a right-hand turn to get into your intestines, which is what everybody thinks is their stomach. When it gets into your intestines, now it's all intact, all probiotic gets in there, and then it goes to work. Now you're getting the ratio, the good guys to the bad guys. It's pretty phenomenal. You can heal yourself by eliminating chemicals, by taking probiotic every day. And then I highly suggest prebiotic. Why? By the way, these taste good. Alan loves them. I give them to him at night because where's my candy? Yeah, here's
so good.
Where's my candy? And
again, so all the supplements Suzanne's talking about, this is how you can help support a healthy gut. She's got you covered here. If you're looking to help support that healthy gut, that first one is the probiotic. I'm getting so many questions, Suzanne, so I'm just interjecting.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Anytime you want, interject, Caroline. So the prebiotic is, which tastes good. Alan calls it candy, and it really does taste good. When I said we're going to make lozenges, I go, it better taste good. That is food for the probiotic. Prebiotic is food for the probiotic, meaning it makes your probiotic probiotic work better. Okay, and I highly recommend it. You know, when we were in Korea, Korea is an incredible country. First time I ever went to South Korea, and I've been to North Korea, one of the few Americans who has. I said at the restaurant the first night in South Korea, we're in Seoul, and I said, "Do you have anything organic?" And she looked at me like I was crazy. She said, "All our food is organic. We don't spray poison on our food." I went, "What an enlightened country. What an enlightened country." I hope it's still that way, because money and greed can take over, and I hope that hasn't happened. Anyway, I lost my train of thought for a minute. What?
You're talking about eating organic food.
Yeah, I know. I had a reason for telling you that, but anyway, I don't know why I told you about that.
Well, if you don't mind, while you get your thought, I'm just going to jump in because I have a few questions here.
Yeah.
For those of you asking, if you are a beginner, try 1 bag of Gut Renew. Gut Renew is Suzanne's Superfood Protein Formula. It has organic plant-based protein. She selected the highest quality protein so that it's very easily digestible and easier on your system. Plus, she's loaded it with gut health nutrients, prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes, marshmallow root, all things that help support a healthy gut, and immune support boosters and phyto fruits and vegetables. It is so loaded. Try 1 bag if you're new.
Yeah.
If you would like to take the 30-day challenge, these are these larger kits that Alan is talking about. You get 6 bags because that's going to take you through the month. 2 smoothies a day. Plus, then you have your healthy meal at dinner, and there are plenty of snacks. And then you decide if you want to add the supplements. The next jump up is you add that prebiotic and the probiotic that Suzanne talked to you about, so you can help turn that ratio around. And then if you want the next step up, add the gentle colon renew if you have occasional constipation and want your system to move more efficiently. These are best prices and discounts. And here she goes. Okay, you're back, Suzanne.
Okay. So, if you're getting the 6-pack, you'll get this program guide. All the recipes are in there, but you'll start making up your own recipes. But I want to read you something that I came across today that blew my mind, because it's right in line with what I've been writing about all these years. And here is the headline. Study. Half of U.S. cosmetics contain toxic chemicals. Well, that's what I've been saying in book after book.
I'm surprised it's not more than that.
Okay, let's just go with half. It says more than half the cosmetics sold in the U.S. and Canada likely contain high levels of a toxic industrial compound linked to serious health conditions, including cancer and reduced birth weight, according to a new study. I'm not saying this, it's in the article. And I will post this so that you can read it. Researchers at University of Notre Dame tested more than 230 commonly used cosmetics and found that 56% of foundations and eye products, 48% of lip products, and 47 of mascaras contained high levels of fluorine, an indicator of PFAS, so-called forever chemicals, that are used in non-stick frying pans, rugs, and countless other consumer products. Some of the highest PFAS levels were found in waterproof mascara, not like ours, 82% in waterproof mascara, and long-lasting lipstick, 62%, according to the study published Tuesday in the journal Environmental Science and Technology Letters. 29 products with high fluorine concentrations were tested further and found to contain between 4 and 13 specific PFAS chemicals. Only one item listed PFAS as an ingredient on the label. It goes on and on and on, and we'll post this. I'll have Caroline post this. But as I read this, what I'm noticing is out there, it's been us. We've been aware, but out there, they're starting to go, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Why? Why should we all have all these gut problems? Why do we have these brain issues? I call them the initials. Why? And yes, eating perfectly and doing everything perfectly is a big advantage, but it doesn't necessarily totally protect you, because It's this invisible thing out there. And so what we're doing here on this show, what I do with the books that I write and the message that I put out is try to make us all cognizant of the fact that we're more in control than we think that we are, and that every choice you make every day has effect, good and bad. I always say to my lecture audiences, at night when you go to bed, in that darkness, that beautiful moment when before you're asleep, make an imaginary list and put a line down the middle of the list. What choices did I make today that led me towards good health or away from good health? And what's shocking, even for me, and because I try all day long, how many choices we make that are against good health. I want
you to know what Carrie Hankin has to say.
Okay.
Carrie Hankin Kinney said, "I'm having a chocolate banana gut renew smoothie right now.
Oh, I love that one.
Cheers.
I love that
haven't used any chemical-filled products or food for 10 years, and I feel amazing. Thank you for all you do."
Thank you, Kenny. And you're a winner. You're a winner. And life is so precious. Alan's going to be 85 in the next week. And I know he's going to live for a long, long time. But what I want to say to my kids at our dinner Saturday night, I'm giving him a fabulous dinner, is when you're 85, from that moment on, every day that you are alive is a gift. And life is a gift. And so make the right choices, because I don't know about you, but I want to be here for another, he says indefinitely. I can't wrap my arms around indefinite, but for sure 2 more decades, and then I'll renegotiate. Life is such a beautiful thing. It's to be enjoyed, but it's only about who you love and who loves you and being in good health.
So are you suggesting then that because I turn 85 in a week or so, that
You're
I have to
amazing.
start counting down
No.
days after that?
No. You missed my point. Okay. My point is, from this moment on, every day is just a gift from.
But for all of us, don't you think?
For all of us, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but as we get older, we're at an age where, wow, so many people are dying. And I was talking to my sister today, and her friends are dying. And I'm thinking, our friends are dying too. I don't want to die. I love being alive. I love the brand that we have, which is this. And I just watched a video of a 97-year-old guy who, remember that I showed that you the other day?
Yeah.
He runs every day. He does jumping jacks. He does everything. He looks amazing. And
but you know what? I think if you keep doing what you like doing,
do what you love.
Keep doing what you like doing.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you do. You're never negative. You're never negative.
Yeah.
If I have a moment where I go, I wish he goes, what do you get wishing.
The reality is, whatever you can't control, don't stress over it.
He's right. This is his philosophy.
I mean, we have friends who follow everything going on in the world, and they're so stressed out because of what's happening here or there. You can't control it. Mm-hmm. Okay? So forget about it. Focus on yourself. Focus on your health.
Yeah.
Really, without health, there's only bookkeeping.
You know who I saw today that looks as good as you?
Oh, just a moment. Okay.
But you are 5 years older.
Oh, okay.
Okay. He said that he's 80.
Okay.
Remember Chuck Woolery?
Yeah, he's 80.
He's 80. And he's cool, and he's sexy,
very handsome,
and smart,
guy.
Handsome, sexy, kind of like this guy here, where I go, it's all up, and I always say the brain believes everything you tell it. It's you could tell Chuck Woolery loves life. He's just having a good time, like Alan Hamill. So
That's amazing.
Age is just a number, but you got to put a lot of work into aging well in today's world because of the environmental assault.
Well, I just want to say, I have so many people on Instagram. Some people are saying like, wow, that's a lot of money for the 30-day challenge kits. And I said, you can just get one bag.
Yeah.
So many people jumped in and said, buy the 6, because you'll buy one bag and you're immediately going to go back and buy the 6 because you get a better deal on the 30-day challenge kits. That's our best price. And the bigger the kit is, the more you save. So we hope you can jump in on that. But try one bag of Gut Renew. If you are feeling any kind of bloating or gas or constipation or fatigue, Suzanne designed this to help support a healthy gut because, as she's taught us, gut health is health.
Yeah.
And
if your gut isn't healthy,
that it's normal.
Yeah.
To feel tired or bloated.
Yeah.
It's not normal. It's your body talking, and she's here to help you address it and help support that gut.
Caroline's right, and if your gut isn't healthy, you aren't healthy.
Yeah.
It's all, and then there's the gut-brain connection. The neurotransmitters that release serotonin, all the feel-good hormones to your brain, are in the barrier wall. I love talking about the barrier wall.
We're in our new house. We're building a barrier wall. Okay.
Now, this is Al lying.
It's going to be a wall that keeps everything and everybody out.
For those of you who don't know Alan, he lies once or twice every show.
It's something I would really like to have, a barrier wall.
Debbie Eisen says the Gut Renew smoothie feels like a treat. I love it.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's Danny is his name. What's great about what you just said is that usually a smoothie mix is like, get it down. This, you don't want it to be over. It's that good. Yeah. We have one everywhere. I know Bruce and Caroline
said, I love Gut Renew. I've only used one bag and I already feel more energy.
Wow. And Caroline, you're leaving for like 3 weeks now. Are you bringing Gut Renew with you?
Of course.
Yeah.
We have, Bruce and I, like you guys, at least have one Gut Renew smoothie every day.
Yeah.
It just starts my day right. And sometimes when I get to work, I don't have time to stop and eat. And at least I know I'm getting 20 grams of protein.
Yeah.
It's organic, plant-based protein. It has 0 sugars. So the only sugar in it is what you add. And usually for us, that's, berries or fruit. And it has only 3 grams of carbohydrates. So if you are a person who likes a high protein product, clean, healthy, organic, sprouted, plant-based protein. This has no gluten, no dairy, no eggs, no soy. It's vegan. It's cruelty-free. It is a phenomenal product. Suzanne loaded this to the gills. We've had a lot of gut issues in our family. So we pretty much took everything that we all used to help support the healthy gut, everything we learned from the doctors and the experts that Suzanne introduced us, and we loaded it into this product. So it is expensive, but read the testimonials. People they're having great results.
When I was growing up, people didn't have gut problems.
Well, if they did, we didn't know about it.
Well, people have always been constipated.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where it began.
Constipation nation.
Constipation is awful.
You have a friend, Lisa, on Facebook who posts a lot. Her handle is Heart to Worship on Instagram here, and she said, Gut Renew works fast, and it's slow and gentle. I crave those smoothies. I can't live without it now. No bloating and lots of energy.
Isn't that great? Thank you for that testimonial.
Actually, you told me about someone you knew who used to poop once every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he was ordered to go across the street to the park to poop in the public toilet.
Because he would stop up our toilet.
That's correct.
It's getting kind of close in the family household.
I said somewhat.
He'd have a sense of humor about it now, I'm sure.
For those of you who are asking questions about your prescription medications, can you use Gut Renew with that? And can you take a prebiotic or a probiotic with an antibiotic? Our pat answer is we have to say check with your doctor.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, most people who have reported back said my doctor was really impressed with the ingredients in Gut Renew. So we hope that's your experience too.
Yeah, I do too. It's when your gut's working right, like mine is now and Alan's is now, every day is blessed, really. It's fantastic.
So Crystal Ray says, Al, do you eat cake for your birthday? Actually, this year, I'm going to eat my favorite thing, cherry pie.
Yeah.
I love cherry pie.
And where'd you get it?
I love cherries.
And where'd you get your cherry pie?
From Caroline.
Yeah.
I'm sending cherry pie. Bruce and I will be in Italy with Violet, but Camellia is bringing Zeta his cherry pies.
I can't tell you how happy I am that Camellia is coming. They're all coming. And we have a 3-day fest planned here. Each meal is going to be something very, very special. I'm really looking forward to it. And because we've been in this incredible home for 45 years, but it's coming to an end. As you know, we've sold it, and we are supposed to be out of here at the end of September. I'm hoping I can stay till January, and I just want, anytime the family comes down here, to embrace it and celebrate it. All of us have grown up on this property. Our marriage developed on this property. Our kids grew up on this property. Our grandkids grew up on this property. And I always thought we'd have at least one wedding here, but I don't think that's going to happen unless I get to stay till January. But everything we do here now takes on another kind of dimension for me, because it's almost over, and yet I don't have any feeling of loss. I have a great feeling of anticipation for the next chapter. And I realize I'm old enough now to know that life is about chapters. And people are always afraid of chapters ahead of them. I'm telling you, this chapter I'm in now, in my 70s, I love it. I love every day. I love the way I think. I mainly love the way I think now. I have great wisdom and perspective, and that's something that has come with aging. It's such an incredible gift. Everything makes sense to me now. I can look at any kind of situation and go, yeah, I know, I've been there. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. And then I'm married to a man who's 10 years older than I am, who has extraordinary wisdom, and you just heard some of it. I listen to him all the time, and I'm looking forward to 80s, 90s. I remember in the years that I worked in Las Vegas full time, and I would hear about Debbie Reynolds she was always at a different hotel, and I think, God, Debbie's in her 80s. She's out doing this every night. I tell you, I'm going to be there when I'm 80. I think 80 is a very interesting age, and I have plans for my 80s. And I think if you have plans, that means you're going to realize them. So I have plans for my 80s. How about you, Al? How do you feel about turning 85?
I don't actually think about the number. Because physically, I think I'm actually in better shape now.
You are.
Than I was when I was in my 40s.
You've seen him in his camouflage underpants. I mean, this man, you do look like you're like 50 years old.
Aside from that,
amazing.
I feel better. I have more energy. Yeah. The thing is, it takes a long time to figure out what your body really needs. And I think we're all different, to a certain extent. And I figured out what my body needs. And it's you.
No, but seriously, I look at you two, and I mean, Alan, your hair is so healthy. And both of you, your skin, all of these signs of health. And, there was a time when both of you were really having stomach and bloating issues.
Terrible.
And Alan used to fall asleep after he ate lunch.
Yeah,
and
he did.
Suzanne has this tiny, gorgeous body, and she had this basketball in her stomach, and she was so uncomfortable all the time.
But also, when you're me, and you leave your house, and there are paparazzi out there, they take pictures, and then they go, "Look at the stomach." But come over and show your hair, because he takes
they're not saying that anymore.
No, he takes hair.
It's like you guys figured out a solution, as Suzanne always does. When she gained weight, she gave us exercise. When she went through menopause, she gave us bioidentical hormones. When she started hearing about toxicity, she gave us all these supplements and things to help us reduce our toxic burden. Gut issues, that's the next big one.
Yeah,
and here she is with this product. And look at the testimonials on Instagram or Facebook. They're phenomenal.
And look at Alan's hair. Every day I give him 4. I know it's a lot, but 4 hair, skin, and nails supplements, and I take them too. And look at his hair. I mean, men at his age usually are balding. He's not balding at all. In fact, when he puts his arms around me in the morning, which is so nice, but it's got so much hair, I have to push his hair out of the way.
You're
so darling.
Thank you. The hair, skin, and nails supplement that we sell.
Yeah.
And,
biotin, keratin.
Yeah, we weren't planning on talking about it. But, supplements are like building blocks.
Yeah.
Unlike, when you have a problem, you take an antibiotic. back, and after 3 days, whatever it is goes away. It's like an assault on your body. And sometimes when you need it, you need it. Okay?
When you need allopathic, which is pharmaceutical medicine, it's a godsend.
Right.
When you need it, you need it. I like to go alternative first, and then if that's not completely working, then I go into integrative. And this year with my severe injury, I needed pharmaceutical medicine to get me through.
And supplements are like building blocks.
Yeah.
Okay, you start building these building blocks, and eventually you reach a point where it's effective, but it's good for you rather than assaulting your body. It handles whatever it is that you're working on. In this case, it was hair, skin, and nails, which is amazing. Nothing happened for, I don't know, a month. And then I started noticing
fuzzy guy.
things
Look
happen.
at with the beautiful curls. His little boy curls came back.
It also, I have to tell you, it grows hair where you don't need hair. Okay. But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
But you know what, Alan? It's such a good point. Supplements and this type of lifestyle, it's not a quick fix.
Right.
No.
This is when you adopt a healthier lifestyle, what you're trying to do is help support health. It doesn't turn the ship around, like that. It takes a while to help turn around that microbiome that Suzanne's talking about. So how do you do it? If you've got too much bad bacteria and not enough good, you take the probiotics, you drink your Gut Renew smoothie, maybe you add the prebiotic, maybe you get rid of all other food that's not organic, and you make all those choices that she was talking about. You use the organic skincare. Maybe you don't use the chemical household cleaners. Slowly, you start helping those good bacteria to build up, but it doesn't happen overnight. But when you do, your health feels so much better.
Right.
I
have to just tell you, the Gut Renew, which Suzanne and I have been taking for over a year now, and I've actually lost 3 notches on my belt.
You have.
I went from a 34 waist
Look how cute you are.
to a 31 waist. Okay.
Amazing.
I don't ever remember
And
having
he's not a skinny old guy.
a 31 waist.
Yeah.
Okay, which is amazing. So I just keep on doing it.
Okay.
And by the way, if you can't afford or you're not ready to do the 30-day, the Gut Renew 30-day challenge,
Just get a bag.
Just get a bag.
Try the bag and see if you don't feel better.
Right, exactly.
Now, there are a couple of things here that I haven't talked about, which I did a little while ago. That
Suzanne, just 1 second before you move on from hair, skin, and nails. Sandra Smith said, I'm on my first bottle of hair, skin, and nail renew. After 3 weeks, I have a half inch of new hair. Lots of new ridges in my hair. Amazing. Just ordered more.
Wow.
And of course, individual results will vary.
Right.
But the ingredients in hair, skin, and nail help support healthy growth of hair, skin, and nails. They need all the same nutrients. So it's like a super multivitamin for hair, skin, and nails.
I love hearing this because our formulator, whether it be for our organic skincare, hair care, color cosmetics, household cleaning products, all toxic free. And then our formulator and supplier of our supplements are top notch. They're the best. I've been working with them. I've written 27 books, so probably 30, 35 years, all these people I've been working with. And one of the greatest choices I made in my life, did I make a choice, was to follow the flow of the journey. I was a sitcom actress, and then I was a Las Vegas headliner, and then I was a lecturer, and then I had nothing to do during the day, and then I wrote the books, and then I realized I have a louder voice because I'm kind of famous, and I could call anybody and pick their brain and then do these interviews and bring it to you, and I'm clearly doing what I'm supposed to do, and I feel this contentment. So now I want to tell you about this journey that you take the probiotic, right? It's got to come down through the gastric sphincter, make a left-hand turn into the stomach, and then that releases, and then you get your probiotic into your intestine. But one of the things that happens as we get older, in our stomach, which is over here, we stop making sufficient hydrochloric acid. That's when people start going, they burp, and they've got reflux, and Alan's making sounds. Bad boy Al. And because I add radiation, and this varies for everybody, and there's no anything out there, but I happen to know that radiation inhibited my body's ability to make hydrochloric acid for life. Without hydrochloric acid, you can't digest your food. It's the hydrochloric acid that takes the good food that you're eating, that you're going out of your way to eat, and I'm waiting for you to take that down, and then digests it, right? And then when you get the food digested because of the hydrochloric acid with pepsin, which is the best kind, then the brain goes, okay, we need some of this over here, we need some of that over there. The brain's so incredible. So before each meal, I personally, you can take one before each meal, but because of my damage from radiation, I need to take 3 before each meal. I just keep it in the kitchen right near where I sit at my side of the table. We have our sides now. At the end of each meal, I take digestive enzymes because as we get older, aging is about worn out parts. We stop making sufficient digestive enzymes. So now you need the hydrochloric acid to break it all up and send it out to the right places, and then you need the digestive enzymes that calm everything down and you digest, and then you don't get bloating, gas, etc., etc.
And also,
so this whole thing right here, the gut renew, the hydrochloric acid with pepsin, the digestive enzymes, the gentle colon renew, the probiotic and the prebiotic. I'm telling you, try all that if you can. I know it's a lot. But if you can, or get what you can at this point, and just you talk to me a month from now, and you tell me how you feel, okay? All right, Alan.
Yeah, and if you guys want to review, on SuzanneSomers.com, we have a Gut Renew landing page, and it gives you detailed explanations of each of these products that Suzanne's talking about, and we try to give you some clues there to help you decide if this is a supplement that you might want to add to the Gut Renew smoothie.
Yeah.
So Alan's he's got 3 kits here, and the first kit is the 6 bags of Gut Renew with the program guide. That's your basic kit. And then you march up from there. If you want to add the prebiotic and the probiotic, that's the essentials kit. And then if you want the full transformation kit, you add that gentle colon renew. And those last 2 products that Suzanne was talking about, the betaine HCl with pepsin and the digestive enzymes, those are products that you can add if you're having gas or bloating, right when you eat your food.
Or reflux. Or
again,
that
it's all
burpee.
on the website, so if you have questions about what to order, it's on the
I
website.
wish I was this knowledgeable when my mother was going through this. One of the things, my mother had macular degeneration and ended up with only 2% peripheral vision, so she really was technically blind. And I remember asking Dr. Wright, am I susceptible for macular degeneration? She said, well, macular degeneration starts in the gut. And I went, in the gut? He said, yes, from a lack of hydrochloric acid. Isn't that interesting? Now, I put this in my books, and I sign off with every doctor that I interview, but I take hydrochloric acid for a number of reasons, that being one of them. So my mother used to burp as she got older, was always holding her stomach, was always bloated and distended. I just figured that's what, I think in her, from 65 to 70, I just figured that's what that age brought. Not necessarily. The bloating, the burping, the reflux, all of that is what I call the language of the body. The body's always, always, always talking to you, always. And burping is the body's way of, or the brain's way of saying, something's wrong here, you're missing something, okay? Figure out what it is you're missing. The bloating is the brain going, you're bloating, I'm bloating you because you're missing something. Just think of all these things as a gift, because it's a language. It's a language. And if you can understand the language of your own body, you can heal yourself. And it's pretty exciting.
Okay, Crystal Ray.
Crystal Ray.
Said,
here we go again.
Gut Renew has taken away my bloating.
Oh, I'm so
Nothing
glad.
else has.
So glad.
Thank you.
I'm so glad.
Okay.
I'm so glad, Chris, because I know 2 years ago, I just felt like a cow. I had this thin little body. I worked out. I did yoga every other day. I ate organic food. I did everything right. What was wrong? What was wrong? And it was a combination of a lot of things. Everything you're seeing in front of you here. I got all my gut issues, I think, so I could help you. We're going out for dinner tonight, Al.
Okay, so we're like kind of the end of the show here.
We're going out.
I feel like we have so much more to say.
I know.
So fast.
I know. Yeah, it went fast tonight. But I'm kind of excited. There's a great Vietnamese restaurant here.
Yeah, by the way.
We're going with two friends to a Vietnamese restaurant. What?
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah.
If you want to know how much hydrochloric acid you have in your stomach, there's a test called, and this will be really going to be funny. Go to your doctor and say you want, are you ready? The Heidelberg test.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow.
The Heidelberg test. Okay, what they do is you swallow a pill that's really a little camera, and there's a string attached to it. It goes into your stomach, and then you sit in front of a screen that's, I don't know what the screen is, but it shows you how much HCl, hydrochloric acid, you have in your stomach. My guess is...
Well, we do that about 10 or 15 years ago. We did that with Dr. Wright.
Yeah, and I was fine. I didn't need it. You did. I would guess that out of 1,000 doctors, maybe there's one who has heard of the Heidelberg test.
Well, if not, look up Dr. Jonathan Wright. He moved from Tahoma. Where is he? Up in Washington? Tukwila, Washington. I've interviewed Dr. Wright in... I don't even know how many of my books. He's one of my go-to doctors. Dr. Wright, Dr. Hertog in Belgium just knows so much about hormones in the gut. And then my anti-aging doctor in Los Angeles, Dr. Michael Gallitzer. And Bruce and Caroline have been going to Dr. Allen, who wrote the foreword for one of my books. So there's a lot of doctors. You have to take your hats off to them because they didn't learn this in medical school. They just had patients coming with complaint after complaint after complaint, and left their comfort zone and went back to school to learn this new way to treat patients and the new alternative health. And it's a pretty exciting time. So for all that's going wrong with the environment and everything, there's a lot going right. I'm so glad you come to me 3 times a week. I'm not a doctor, but I have written 27 books, and I have a passion for how the human body works. And I learn it from all these incredible doctors, scientists, and professionals, and I just send it out to you.
And I want to say, Suzanne, there's a group of doctors in the Pacific Northwest, 30 doctors, who are so impressed with Gut Renew and your products that we're creating a program where they can carry the products in their offices.
Yes, thank you for mentioning them. That's Nisha Jackson. Yeah, incredible. And the lack of ego of these doctors going, I've reached that point in my life and career now where they're stopping this thing of saying, oh, you're listening to that actress. I'm not an actress anymore. I was an actress, and I really loved it. I love being Chrissy Snow, but I love this more. I'm doing what I want to do, and I feel like I have purpose.
Carol Lambert.
And Carol Lambert on Step by Step. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Good night, Caroline.
Good night. You have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Good night, everyone.
Good night, you guys.